Was good, was good, was good. What up, Christian? My guy. What up, guys? Them charts bright at night? Nah, I like them like this, bro. This is better. Charts are fire when they're like this, bruv. Alright, guys. So... we've got quite the price action here. If you guys remember what I was telling you guys yesterday, I told you guys that tonight's and tomorrow's Asia session are going to be like half decent. They're going to be kind of mid only because we have 8:30 a.m. news both Thursday and Friday. So I'm not expecting great sessions on both of these days. So we'll see. We'll see what this session has in store for us, but I'm not expecting like anything insane. I'm gonna be more focused on like more scalping type entries here. Granted, we are in Asia, but still, I'm be looking for more like scalps than anything. I think we're gonna be in more of a range bound kind of price action. So I'm just not expecting like a ton of continuation in one direction or the other. If you guys literally just look at the charts, if you just go back to the 5-minute time frame, you'll see that's fairly accurate. We haven't really accomplished much since this 6 p.m. candle has opened up. We have the high of the 6 p.m., right? I'm going to mark out the range. This is the high right here. And then we have the low right here. These are the current, this is the current range. We have currently the high, currently the low. So more than anything, I want to see how this is reacting to range highs, range lows, even inside of the range. When we get towards the top, I'm more focused on shorting. When we get to the bottom, I'm more focused on longing, and that's kind of how I'm going to trade this today. I'm not really no reason for us to expand here in this session, so I'm not expecting that. Literally just looking to play the top of the range to the bottom and the bottom of the range to the top, and that's it. Leave it at that. Okay, so around here, like this upper quarter of this range, right? If you guys like take a GAN box like that and draw it out, this upper quarter of the range, upper quadrant is where I'm looking to short. Bottom quadrant is where I'm looking to long. Okay, very, very simple. And I'm going to be more focused on like lower time frame entries. I don't want to go too low in terms of the time frame, obviously, but 5 minutes and below is going to be more than likely where I end up getting my entries here. Can you go over your trade from your story? How did you cash it at 419? Something that I explained in my Discord in one of the live streams. Something that I was basically anticipating coming into this week, and I'll tell you guys now because we only have 2 days left in the week. But on Monday, I told them how I noticed that price would open up and it would immediately trade away from midnight, right? Like this, we would open up and trade away from midnight, and then um, it would come back down to midnight and use midnight as support to make a move higher. So I basically just played into that, bro. Very, very simple. I saw midnight opened up, moved higher. So when it moved lower, I was looking to basically just buy the bounce off midnight. I was anticipating that. And exactly what happened. So very simple. You can see this happen like time and time again here. Tuesday was just short of it, but you'll see it happen here on Monday. Look at this, bro. We open up midnight, no manipulation leg. Midnight is used as support here. Midnight is used as support here. This one, we got 8 points of risk and it delivered 252 points. This one was 28 points drawdown and, well, by the end of the session, it delivered 327 points. So that is all it was. I'm anticipating that into tomorrow as well, by the way. Gold's forming a bearish 15-minute CISD off a daily FVG. Yeah, I am watching gold. I am interested in gold shorts. I am interested in the gold shorts. Matter of fact, I'm looking to pick those up like soon here. Now that you brought my attention to it. Gold, what I am going to be looking for here, I'm just going to place a limit. We're looking, oh, did that just get hit? It got hit. Looking to short that order block there. Oh, damn it. And then basically like a move lower from there. Right, like probably here. Might get in on gold here. Yeah, I was watching this. I like the daily PO3 here on gold. I do. I think it's a good look. But gold also, like, I don't expect much. I expect it to sort of consolidate for the most part. So just keep that in mind. No, there was no higher time frame PD or anything. Yep, just literally just midnight. Just order flow, bro. That's all it was there. Okay, I'm gonna look to enter gold here in a second. You have this little 5-minute order block. 15-minute opened up, no lower wick either. So at some point we should expect that to, like, you know, go lower. I'm gonna try that out. Trying out gold shorts. I'll put up NQ on the side. You can watch that for a potential setup to play out, but I do have some gold shorts here. Quick stop, 2-point stop loss here on gold. I'm not risking too much. I'm risking about $400 some, just under $500 being risked on this trade. I like this as a first TP down here. I could actually even remove the bracket. I like that as a first TP and then, you know, previous day low. But this is a good look here on gold. Really good look here on gold. 15-minute CISD we will have in, well, hopefully this 15-minute candle will deliver that 15-minute CISD. This is just a lower time frame entry. I'm just anticipating CISD. But yeah, I like this. This is a good setup here on gold. That was a perfect 15-minute PO3 there. We had opened up, immediate push higher into this 5-minute order block, and then we just delivered to the open of the 15-minute candle. Pretty picture perfect. Looking to make $2,500 on this trade. Let's see if we can get it. I'm going to sit here on a 15-minute so I can watch for this change in state. Yeah, hopefully we can get it on this candle. NQ, I'm going to be I'm just watching it for now. Not really interesting. I thought it's better to long below midnight open and short when price is above. Yes, it is. That's why I longed at the midnight open. I wonder what platinum is doing. I haven't traded platinum in a while. I haven't touched this thing. Jeez, bro, new highs, huh? Wow, I think that's new all-time highs for platinum, yeah. Dude, look at this, like, bro. Okay, it's not all-time highs. It was all-time high for that contract, but dude, we just broke out of this massive range here on platinum. Big ass range. Like, this is a holy shit, bro. I mean, we're talking like fat range. This is a monthly, by the way. Crazy. So platinum, yeah, don't short platinum, bro. Do not short platinum, whatever you do. Might just extend this a little bit lower because it starts to look really good here once we get a change in state. So NQ getting a little bit of a rejection here from the top of the range. Remember what I said? Short the highs and long the lows on NQ here, this overnight session. That's going to be the theme because I genuinely do not see any reason at all for this thing to expand here before 8:30 a.m. New York time because it just won't. It won't. So if NQ like starts showing me a nice setup here, I will also enter a trade on NQ. But right now this gold trade is going nicely. We got 7 minutes left on this candle. So this 15-minute closing under here and giving me that change in state is going to be a really good look. I'll keep the stop here because more than likely we have SMT here with silver. So I will keep the stop up there and kind of hodl this trade. But we're up nice so far. Brother, recently I watched your daily bias video. It helped me a lot. Yeah, you're very much welcome, brother. That's what it's meant to do. NQ, bro. Big drop. It wicked a little bit, but big drop there on NQ. Nice move here on gold as well. Your clutch is fucked for streaming Asia. I work in the AM, so I wouldn't be able to tune in on the pay membership. Nah, I would have been shocked. Yeah, bro. Now you get to enjoy the Asia streams. All right, we're almost up like 600 bucks here. 5 minutes left now until this candle closes. How'd you guys do in New York? Who traded New York today? How'd you guys do? You guys do well? Mm-mm-mm. Thought Asia was a ranging session that nobody trades. Nah, bro. It's a good session. It can be. It can be. At times. Oh, gold. Hello. Hello. I couldn't find your stream all day. What the hell? What do you mean? What stream? This stream here? I did exactly what you told me not to do and set SL to BE too quickly. You should have learned from yesterday. Yeah, bro. It's kind of the pattern, bro. Like, generally, if you have somewhat of a bias, you're probably like, obviously, if you are half decent, you're probably correct on your bias, but it's just the market, like the delivery is super, super choppy. So it'll come back to your break even like 5, 6 times before it actually delivers to the bias that you already had and you were right the whole time. Um, but yeah, man, I learned that lesson from yesterday. So today I didn't move my stop too early and I ended up getting stopped twice and then took one win, and that was my New York sesh. But I had a bullish bias coming into today for the New York session, and it ended up, you know, obviously as you could see, making a move lower instead, which is right here. This is the AM. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. Weird. Weird little sesh, bro. I'm not gonna lie. What time frames do you enter mostly? My entries are usually 15 minutes and lower. Um, actually, mostly it's 5 minute and lower. Do you think it would be smart to get in still after this 5 minute candle close for CISD? I mean, you can, it's up to you. I'm already in, so like that's your call to make. If you want to maybe leave a limit at the CISD level, or maybe you want to chase the closure, like that's your call to make, bro. I honestly cannot tell you yes or no to that. Can you show 30 minute? I don't use the 30 minute, bro. Too late to enter. I mean, if you're not already in, bro, either leave a limit at CISD or just skip out on the trade. All right. Just that's it. That's how I would manage this trade right now. All right, we got a less than a minute here until this 15-minute candle closes. It looks pretty good. So as long as it closes down here, we have a 15-minute change in state, and the trade is good. Trade is solid. There was a huge wick up during the trade, and I set SL to BE because usually price tends to do weird things after a quick move like that. Yeah, yeah, I know. I know what you mean, bro. What's good, bro? What's good? What's TP? You know what, bro? Flippy. I'm not telling you. I'm not giving you the TP. Yo, you know what, Clippy? I'm glad you're only $400 away from fucking passing your account, bro. Matter of fact, I hope you don't get that 400 tonight. I hope you're not even in this trade. For some reason, no live stream was available for the past 20 minutes. I just got in. Love your streams. I was worried. Just make sure, yo, you guys can subscribe. Subscribing is free, guys. Subscribing and turning on your notifications is free. So, you can do that, and then it'll tell you every time I go live. Sounds like many people are asking for a fish rather than wanting to learn how to fish. Well, that's the reality of the world, bro. Unfortunately, kind of how it works. Not many people want to learn. Are we entering gold again? I didn't take the last trade. Would like to trade the next one. We're in gold right now. What do you mean? Liking the live is free as well. Liking the live is free, guys. Liking the live is free. This is true. We got 157 people in here. There should be at least 100 likes, right? Like, why is there 21? You know what I mean? Come on. Lock in. I'm out. I'm happy with $500 profit a day. There you go. Hell yeah. Fresh trim, dude. Yeah, bro. Fresh trim. Uh, dumb question. Does it matter trading the contract instrument date, i.e., AUG log 25 versus the general NQ1, for example? No, if you have the current contract enabled. So, like here, I'm on GC1. Whenever I'm trading NQ, I'm also trading NQ1, right? I don't trade the current contract because on the NQ1 or GC1, if you're on this chart right here, if you just type in GC or NQ, for example, and you just click this, it'll auto put you on to GC1, okay, or NQ1. You just go to settings, you go to symbol, and just make sure you have the adjust for contract changes on, and then it does not matter what the current contract is, you will always be on the current contract. I had a pretty chunky profit on my 150K account. I ended up blowing it, and ever since I keep blowing accounts. What would you recommend for me at this point? Stop chasing fucking money and payouts and just fix your psychology first. Your psychology is probably all screwed up from blowing your account after making that much money. So you need to get right with that first and then focus on anything else. All that comes after. How do you get a percent symbol next to your name on Discord? What do you mean? What are you talking about? You're speaking about the way you scale your cons based on risk willing to take. I found a great indicator for futures cons. It's called Futures Risk Calculator by Futures Risk Calculator. Guy, what is this? Set the entry. Oh. Wait, what? Contracts to risk 20. Hold on now. Okay, I see. I see. Account size. So let's say we trade a $50,000 account, 1% risk. Gold is gold $20 per point. I'm pretty sure it's $100 per point. Okay. All right. Cool. Nice. Kind of sick. How long do you anticipate to stay in this trade, considering where your target is and how slow the market moves in Asia? I mean, I'll stay in this trade for for a while. I don't really care, but I am going to trim this trade. More than likely right here at this low. You can also trim it at these lows. All these lows that we're going to be getting through here on this trade are going to be areas where you probably want a partial, especially if you're in multiple contracts. So this is a good partial level, right? It's a good area to partial because that is a swing low, right? Clearly a swing low. We have a swing low directly underneath that and directly above that as well. So I'm just picking the one in the middle. This is a good partial point. I'm just going to partial here, most likely, or I'll actually just partial there. Fine. I'll partial there. And then I'll leave the final one running to previous day low. And I'm okay with holding that into tomorrow. That's fine with me. Drop the saw. Oh, 1%. I cannot tell you how to get the 1% tag. Unfortunately, bro. Unfortunately. I think he changed it too, right? Is it not changed now? Oh no, it's still 1%. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I don't use it, so why do you want to know, bro? It's okay. All right. The changes in New York Times have a change in the 4-hour PO3 working, for example, a change from UTC. No, it's just going to be change like the time that the 4-hour candle is opening. I straight up self-sabotage and self-destruct when progressing that normal until you're at rock bottom turning point. Um no, that's not normal, bro. Self-sabotaging and self-destructing is not normal. If that's what you're asking. Most definitely not normal. Your buy limit is for 2 for... I know, this is it's a bracket. So once this limit hits here, it's going to change to 1, I believe. It's a bracket. So if I change this right now, it'll change my stop loss as well. That's the issue. So I can't change it now. See? So I got to keep it too. Yeah, this is gold. How did you set the partial again? Up here in the... Wait, can you guys even see the... Okay, you guys can't see it, but... Wait, hold on. Oh, fuck. Wrong thing. All right, you guys see that up here? Top left? It's going to show you the buy and sell buttons. I just picked the quantity. So if I have 2 and I want to trim, I'm going to go to 1, right? I just go to 1 and then plus right here, wherever I want to take a trim. Let's say I want to take a trim here. You can either go to the plus sign or you can just right click wherever and then buy limit. And there you go. That's a partial. Easy. Easy peasy. I thought 1% meant you're profitable only. What do you mean? I'll take a loss and the rest of my day is ruined, bro. I don't revenge trade. I use good risk management and follow my rules. I have a lot to do during the day to distract myself, and a loss still haunts me for no reason, bro. Listen, yo, you guys gotta like, I feel like so many of you guys just look at trading from just a short-term perspective, right? Like, think bigger, think long-term, okay? You think one losing trade is going to affect your year? Genuinely. Like, genuinely think about it, bro. You think one losing trade is going to affect your yearly P&L or your monthly P&L? Maybe it affects your daily P&L, but if you drag that out over a course of, let's say, a week or a month or 6 months or even a quarter, like whatever, right? that loss means absolutely nothing as long as you have a system that is profitable. You will make the loss back, right? If you have a profitable system and you have proper psychology, you're going to make the loss back at some point, correct? So why are you worried about one loss? Why does one loss hold that much power over you when you know that you can make it back? You can make it back, right? So Um, just think bigger, bro. Think big picture. One loss is not going to change your life, bro. One loss is not going to affect you um that horribly in the grand scheme of things. Maybe that day it might mentally fuck you up, but you just got to like think bigger, bro, and it'll be good. Trust me. That's what I do, bro. That's how cuz I mean, I'm a human being, right? So if I take a loss, sometimes it can fuck with me mentally. Like you guys know last night I took a loss. And if anybody remembers that gold trade last night, that literally went almost to TP too. And but before it did that, it stopped me out. You guys remember that gold trade from last night? Stopped me out and then went to TP. Um, yeah, that fucks with me too, bro. You don't think that doesn't fuck with me? But I know at the end of the day, I can make bro, I'm gonna have a green week, right? And even if I don't, I'll have a green month. And even if I don't, I'll have a green quarter. I know that. So one losing trade, one losing day does not affect me at all whatsoever. Um, I only trade because the Huz hurt me. Bro, I built a mechanical model based on your stuff like a year ago. Hell yeah, dude. That's fire. When are you releasing the long hour psychology YouTube video Ron unfiltered? Bro, I'm planning on doing that soon. I think I'm gonna do it like I'm not gonna do it at my setup here. I'm probably gonna do it out and about. Maybe like I'll be in my car or something. I'll set up like a suction mount to the windshield so I can whip around and give you guys some advice. But I think I'll probably do something of that sort very soon. That might be my next YouTube video. Um, do you copy trade across accounts or one account at a time? Well, right now, for the last like several weeks, I've only been trading a live account. So currently, I'm not copy trading or doing any of the prop stuff at the moment. It's holding back my upgraded intuition. I truly understand the PO3 within the PO3, but need to just trust and execute. Any advice? Well, I mean, you're not going to be able to trust until you start executing, right? So yeah, you kind of answered your own question. You just start executing, maybe with some lighter size, and then you go from there. It seems like maybe you've done a lot of back testing, but you've done no forward testing. And this is why I'm like super against back testing. But I would just grab like a small size account or something, right? Like risk a very, very small amount and start trading or start forward testing your system and get comfortable with using it in real markets, right? Live time markets with real emotions involved. Um, has anyone ever told you you look like Rishi from the show industry? I hope you don't take it offensively. Who's Rishi? Hold on, now I gotta look this person up. Rishi from the show. Fuck is the show industry? Nothing pops up. What am I? Oh, this guy? I don't think I do, but I guess I won't take offense to it. Why is one of my Apex evals missing? I don't know, bro. Yo, gang, why do you ask me like I'm the CEO of Apex, bro? I don't know why they're missing. Using 50K? No, bro. This is a $20,000 live account. Well, actually 18. It was at 30 last night, and then I withdrew a good chunk, so I am now at 18K. Um, yeah, I mean, a good month doesn't come from you forcing a good month though, right? Like a good month comes from a just a plethora of different things, like a good market, a system that has an edge in the current market, and your psychology, right? Like it's a mixture of a bunch of different things, and then you end up having a good month. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't go chasing that payout though, you know? Like that's gonna hold you back more than anything. What percent win rate in RR would you suggest to build consistency? I don't know, bro. I think win rate is like kind of a I think it's a silly metric to track, really. I think RR is most important. And for me, like 2R bare minimum. Realistically, if you forward test and you journal all your trades, you have a good system. You should have with like a 2R, 3R minimum, you can have a 40, like 30 to 40% win rate and still be profitable. Um, you know, like I don't think I have like a crazy win rate, especially this month. I think I'm probably closer to like 50% maybe um on the month, and I'm still net green on the month. So your RR matters a lot more than win rate does. But I've told you guys all know this. Come on. You explain your view of back testing versus forward testing. How would you do it? I would personally, this is what I would do. I would grab a prop firm account because the barrier of entry is close to nothing, right? Apex account and Apex account, whatever firm, bro. Like, I don't even want to seem like I'm pushing Apex right now, but like any firm doesn't even matter. Okay. And I would just use like one micro and I would forward test a system um, using that prop firm. Okay. Or using that prop account. And then once I'm comfortable, I can then, start sizing up more and more and, go from there. But that's how I would go about forward testing. Um, Tell everyone who's starting out, do not trade the E-mini micros only. Yeah, for sure, for sure, only trade micros if you're starting out. 100%. Um, can you quickly recap why you entered this gold trade? Yeah, so this was a daily fair value gap here, right? We're in a daily fair value gap that I really liked. 4-hour highs that got swept here as well. So we swept the high of this 4-hour range. Naturally, I'm looking for a move now lower into the bottom of the 4-hour range, considering we're displacing out of a fair value gap, right? So we actually have a PDRA that's sponsoring the move. 15-minute change in stated delivery, okay, and the 5-minute order block here was my entry. Now, this is not like proper time frame alignment at all, because with the daily, we would be waiting for an hourly change in state of delivery, right? Which would be this current candle. In the next 12 minutes, it closes. And the hourly change in state of delivery would be on a candle closure below here. And that would confirm a reversal on a much higher time frame. This trade is just an early entry, which I'm basically just anticipating a potential reversal to occur. Reversal has not occurred yet. I'm just anticipating it. So this is an early entry here. And then once we get a 1-hour change in state, begins to look a lot better. We already have a 15, 5, and like all the other time frames, but the 1-hour is the aligned time frame for this daily. So 1-hour needs to do it in order for this thing to continue. Where'd you start the account from? This account was started from 6K. I took it to 40 like 2 weeks ago, withdrew, and then I took it to 30 just recently and withdrew, and now I'm at 18. So I withdrew about 12K from this. When are you gonna finish the free series? I'm looking to finishing that soon. That's like the first thing that I need to finish before I upload everything else. I have so many fucking videos I need to upload, but this series is the first thing I need to get done. So I am going to be finishing that soon. My goal is still to get that done before the end of the month. Do you personally decide when to close a position fully versus holding past certain take profit levels? Yeah, I mean, it usually just depends on how price is moving, right? Price like just simply stops moving in my favor, but I'm in profit. I'll choose to close the trade out. Um, or I'll choose to just hold it if I'm not risking much in the first place. Miami Vlog is the next. So Miami Vlog, after I finish the free series, Miami Vlog is the first one that's getting uploaded. I have a vlog of me buying my GT3 and it got completely ruined, and blame that on Day Trading Ralph. He was my cameraman, but he completely fucked up my mic on the video, so it didn't pick up the entire audio in like full 5-minute long clips. So I can't even upload that vlog, which kind of sucks. So the next vlog is going to be the Miami Vlog. That's the one that's going live. Uh, uh, uh. Ask me as I've had many trades where I'm in all the way at the top and close at 100 to 200 ticks, and price continues moving 600 plus ticks or further in my direction. Well, first of all, you shouldn't concern yourself with like catching the entire move, right? Even if you caught a piece of the move, or if you even entered like at the top, right? That you should be proud of yourself for just that alone. And having a good execution, that should be like your main concern, is having good execution and taking a good trade. Your concern should not be like catching the entire 600 plus tick move, right? That's never going to happen. That's not a realistic thing that's ever going to happen in your career. You're never going to catch every move that happens in the market. Your main goal is to develop a system around catching a specific piece of the move in the market, and that's it, right? Like your piece of the move, and you leave the market at that. That's number one. Okay. Number two, if you genuinely think that this is something you're struggling with, then all you do is, instead of closing the trade out, you just trail your stop loss, right? Take your stop loss and just start trailing it with the move. And if it comes in, hits your trailed stop loss, okay, no harm, no foul. You exited the trade in profit. And if it doesn't, then you just continue trailing it till it does. So, update on the gold trade. I mean, you're looking at it. Do you go live in the US session? Yes, I do, but only in my Discord, not here on YouTube. Whoa, I just tuned in, but I'm in the exact same position. Hell yeah. Go. Is the CISD retest entry? Well, this is the CISD getting retested right now. So if you would want to get a re-entry, this would be it. But I'm not entering. I'm not like adding any more to my position, at least. Main thing that I would be focusing on here is the hourly change in state. That's like the main thing. If we cannot get an hourly change in state here, then this trade is going to take a lot longer to actually play out. So hopefully this hourly closes in the next 7 minutes. Hopefully this can get the change in state. I'll sit here on the hourly. We'll watch this thing on the hourly. But yeah, hopefully we can do that. If it does, it's good to go. If hourly doesn't close CISD below, do you think it'll be lower probability or not? It's not that it'll be lower probability. I mean, it could be lower probability, yeah. But it'll just, there's a good chance that it takes a lot longer to actually play out than I anticipated. So as it goes right now, like if this hourly can get the change in state, then in the next 2 hours, it should hit TP1 at least. Okay. But if this hourly does not get a change in state, then yeah, it increases the probabilities of this potentially going back up. And two, the chances that this hits at least TP1 in the next 2 hours become lower as well. So overall, yeah, probabilities are going to drop just slightly. Doesn't mean like it's just not going to play out at all. I'm just saying it might just take a little longer. How do you feel about platinum right now? That shit is just pushing, bro. Like pumping. Are you watching NQ? Yeah. I have it on the right-hand side. NQ is really just range bound, so I'm not looking to take anything there. But gold, we're like near the top of the range. And I think we could get some nice delivery. I think it could nice delivery here. Yo, Kenneth, you asked the weirdest shit, bro. Like, are you a real human being? What's wrong with you, bro? Five minutes left to close here. We just got a nice little move lower. So if we can hold that, then this is really good. You trade before news with prop firms? What do you mean? I don't fully understand the question. If this candle on the hourly can close near the lows, then the next one could actually deliver to TP1. You know, Kenneth, I'm not gonna lie to you. I swear on everything, bro. When I saw your message earlier, I chose not to respond to it, but I was thinking in my head, I was like, this is definitely BBS. For sure, this is BBS. And then now you just said that, and it makes so much more sense why you're asking dumbass questions. How long have you been trading for, and what got you in? So I have been, it'll be, oh my God, bro. This like kind of sounds insane to even say out loud. It'll be 7 years this November that I've been trading. Um, yeah, that's fucking insane. And what got me in? One of my friend's dads, he was a, or maybe is a trader. Um, and I got in because this is the era of like options. Like nobody traded futures back when I started. And if you guys remember Webull, if anybody traded options, you guys know Webull. Webull had a paper trading option, and my friend, like in front of me, at this point, I am not really sure what's paper, what's real. Like I don't know anything about paper trading. I don't know what that is. And he goes on paper trading and makes like 800 bucks in front of me. I'm in high school at the time, right? So I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Um, so yeah, that kind of like got me hooked. Um, Started trading from that point onwards. A lot of prop firms have hard breach entering 5 minutes before and after news. Yeah, I mean, I don't really trade with props that do that. Holy bro, gold. Yes, sirree, Bob. Yes, sirree, Bob. 2 minutes. We just got to hold down here for 2 minutes, and this next hourly should deliver to TP1 at bare minimum. Please just hold down here. Don't do anything retarded. I was in 8th grade then, bro. You are a young little jit, man. I'll tell you guys that. Does Webull still have options paper trading? Yes, it does. I'm talking about like regular stocks paper trading. It had that at the time. That time there was no options paper trading, but now I'm pretty sure it does. I don't use Webull anymore, so I have no clue. In your unprofitable phase, was there ever an aha moment? I mean, there were probably a few, bro, for me. Like aha moments in terms of psychology, in terms of my system, in terms of like, yeah, there's been multiple, bro, several for sure. And it's different for everybody. There's no like specific aha moment that worked for me that you will probably get as well. You know, it's kind of, it'll be through your own journey. Bro, can you do a dance if we win this trade? And hell no, bro. Too much aura. I can't. I'm not about to end up like Patrick Whelan, bro. I can't be getting clipped on Twitter. $50. Let's get a clean, nice, clean closure. Don't do too much fucking around, gold. All right. We have a good relationship. You fucked me over last night. You owe this to me. Gold, you owe me this win. All right? I need you to understand that. Are you going to get drafted to World War III? Bro, if I'm getting drafted, that means your ass is getting drafted too, gang. How'd you come across PO3? I mean, I've been trading like a version of PO3 since I started trading. I used to trade this system called the Strat. If anybody knows the Strat, that's what I used to trade. And without knowing, that was a variant of PO3. But then that's what I was most comfortable trading, right, at the time. And so when I discovered ICT concepts and learned about PO3, the name, I was like, yeah, this is what I already trade, right? And I kind of already had somewhat of a system around PO3 already. So when I started, exploring more of ICT concepts, I was able to create like a mechanical model using ICT's concepts around PO3, and it just became more clearer to me, right? It was the same thing I was already trading, just now there's like actual labels on it, right? At the time, I didn't know it was called the PO3, right? I didn't know that's what it was called. I didn't know anything about accumulation, manipulation, distribution. I just knew that, hey, there's times in the day that these candles open and this is what these candles do. And right, like that's kind of how it was. It's just like, I've just been in front of the charts for so long and I see certain price signatures and certain patterns, but there's not necessarily a name for them until you figure out some dude has already, found this and given it a name. I'll get drafted and go back home. Simple. What do you mean? Where are you from? Would you go BE if hourly closes CSD? Well, we got the hourly CSD here, but no, I wouldn't go BE yet because it could still come up and retest this area. So no, I'm not gonna go BE yet. You want to give it a little bit of time to at least do something. This 4 hour does need to obviously put in a wick here to the upside. So this is going to deliver to the upside a little bit, maybe even retest this change in state level, and then a potential move lower from there. But this for sure is going to deliver a little bit higher before it goes lower. When you anticipate a PO3 phase based on the open, what do you look for in price delivery to confirm the bias? Confirm the bias. So, like, let me just understand your question. If I'm short, what do I look for in the price delivery to confirm my short bias? Off the 4 hour open? Is that what you're asking me? Yeah, like this is actually printing a bearish candle. So there's a few things, right? Every PO3 is a continuation of the previous. Okay. So this is a bearish candle, right? This was a bearish PO3, right? And it didn't really deliver into where I would have wanted to see it deliver, right? We're delivering out of a higher time frame fair value gap, right? That's internal range liquidity. So it needs to deliver into external range liquidity, which is a high or a low, right? A high or a low. Now, the high or the low here, like let's just say we drop into the 15-minute time frame, this would be the first low. So it needs to deliver to this low if we're using ERL to IRL, IRL to ERL. That's the first thing, okay? That's number one. Number two, what I would like to look for is some sort of a pity array within here that this 4-hour candle can manipulate into. Okay. So 4-hour has just opened here, and above the 4-hour, well, we have this 5-minute order block. Now, this is normally not something that I would like to see a manipulation leg into. I would like to see a manipulation leg into something like 15-minute or higher. But we only have this 5-minute order block, so that's a good enough manipulation leg for this, right? Now, if we had, let's just say, like, for example, if we had a 15-minute fair value gap somewhere in here, right? And we push up into that 15-minute fair value gap, and then we get a 1-minute sell model, that confirms that, yes, this candle is going to be printing a bearish candle, right? But yeah, that's like mostly what it is. It's just a combination of a few different things, concoction. But mostly higher time frames is where you would get this from. I'm in the U.S. Army National Guard in Utah. There's no war so far. Don't worry, bro. I'm in the U.S. Army National Guard too, and there's no war so far. I can confirm. When would you go BE? Probably after. I mean, I would like to see a 15-minute PD array get created for me to go BE here. Or we take this low at the first partial. I'll go BE. So if you weren't in this trade already and just got on the charts, would you take that hourly CISD? Yeah. Yeah, I would take the hourly CISD. It's a little, like, it's slightly more risk. I would probably risk the same high that I am here. The 3350.4 high. That's what I would risk. I wouldn't risk the 3354 high. Why do you have total 3 buy limit cons? This is a bracket order. Once this fills, it'll go down to 1. Don't worry. Which timing is better to trade GC, Asia, London, New York session? I mean, it depends, bro. Some days it'll move in Asia, some days it'll move in New York, some days it'll move in London. Like hit or miss. But most of the times gold does move pretty well in Asia, so yes, bro, I know I have 2 cons. Don't fucking worry about my 2 cons. Please stop telling me about it because it is going to cancel once this buy limit gets filled. This is a bracket. What are you eating? I'm eating a watermelon, bro. Looking at long gold around 33.18 for target 33.49. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm more focused on the short right now. I don't even know what the hell you see at 33.18, so. Yeah, and of course you're gonna spam it, bro. Like, as if I did not just answer your question. Come on, Jit. Yeah, higher time frame PO3. So, like, main thing you want to look at, right, is gonna be like weekly and daily. Okay, if you look at this daily is pretty fucking bearish, okay? Like, this daily is pretty bearish. We've pushed into this daily fair value gap here. That's where the daily manipulated into. We had opened the daily candle up, we pushed higher into the daily fair value gap, and then we got a sell model to go lower from there. So, yeah, daily PO3 is bearish. So, naturally, I would anticipate a 4-hour PO3 to be bearish as well. So, this one, I would be, like, effectively looking for shorts from somewhere up here. You know what I mean? Bro said, well. Why don't you use standard deviation? I just don't, bro. I just don't feel like I need to. Not that it's a bad thing to use. I think standard deviation is great when used correctly. Just left the pawn shop and sold a gram of gold to get the price down to 33.38. Should hit the tape soon, right? Yeah, if it hasn't already hit the tape, it should soon. Yo, guys, everybody go to the pawn shop and start selling your gold. If your mom has gold, take it, rob her, and go sell it. We need this trade to hit. Rob your mother, please. How about daily PO3 on NQ because we're at all-time highs and have no PD rate to go bear? So we're not at all-time highs, my friend. I'm pretty sure I talked to you like a few days ago about this. We're nowhere near all-time highs. Oh, actually, we're near it, but we're not there. How many minis do you trade? Well, in this trade, I'm in two. I'm in 2 minis. So if it was Friday, because it's the close of the weekly candle, would you be bullish? No, not necessarily. Why would that make me bullish? It would only make me bullish if, yeah, it would only make me bullish if the weekly profile favors a bullish Friday. Also, yo, NQ, we just opened up this 4-hour. Immediate push higher. I'm not buying it. I'm thinking that NQ is going to be selling back down. So, I'd be watching for this thing to reject here. 22,482. Watch that level. 22,482. 22,482. Watch that potentially for some NQ sells, like maybe above that. Could be a nice area to reject. Like ideally, this should not break into the 90s. Should stay below 90s, and if it can do that, it should reject. This is my first time tuning in, my guy, but I'm curious. How often do you stream on YouTube? I stream every night, bro. Every night I'm here on Asia. 9 p.m. Eastern. Unless it's like just a night that I don't think Asia's gonna move at all. This is my first time. Oh yeah, good. I'll just answer to that. NQ looks pretty good for lower time frame bullish too. I don't know. I wouldn't be bullish here on NQ. Where's the music? Bro, we can't do music only because got copywritten the one day, and I've been scared ever since. So kind of don't want to be playing music. As far as Keith's risk tolerance, at what account size do you feel it's reasonable to trade with more than one contract? And then a third, then a fourth, for example, every 5,000, every 7,500 profit? No. I add one contract for each $1,000 that you build in a buffer. So if it's a fresh account, then, you know, let's say it's a fresh $50,000 account. And by the way, I don't trade in terms of contract. I trade in terms of risk, like dollar amount risk, because that's real, right? So, and the only reason I don't trade in terms of contract is because if it's an 8R trade, right? And let's just say I normally risk $2,000 per trade, okay? Then I would have to take 8 minis here in order to risk 2,000, okay? But let's just say if it was less than that, okay, the same 8 minis I'm going to be risking almost $7,000. That's why I don't go based on contract amount. Go based off dollar risk amount. So each $1,000 that you create in buffer, right? Each $1,000 of profit that you make, I would add about $150 to $200 of risk that you can put on. Okay. And this allows you to obviously scale effectively, because if you keep your risk amount, if you keep that static, then you're never going to be able to scale. So the most effective way that I've found to scale is exactly that. You just add either, like, you know, between 100 to 200 bucks in risk per trade once you have $1,000 in buffer, and then the next $1,000 you add another 100 to 200. Next $1,000 you add another 100 to 200. And so by the time you're at $5,000, you're risking, you know, let's just say you're risking about like $600 to $800 per trade, if not more. Was that a valid NQ trade? I mean, I'm not in anything. I'm just watching NQ. I would just like to see it stay under 90s, which is the high of Asia, current Asia high. But like I said earlier in the stream, I kind of have a neutral bias on NQ coming into this session. That's why I'm focusing a little bit more on gold. Reason being is because we have 8:30 a.m. news tomorrow on NQ. And whenever we have 8:30 a.m. news, which is directly in the New York session, whenever we have that 8:30 a.m. news, the Asia and London session is generally a seek and destroy, and it's just kind of consolidating because it's waiting for that news to make a natural move, right? The daily profile is going to be a New York reversal whenever we have 8:30 a.m. news. So that's why for NQ, I would just simply mark out the high of the range, low of the range. I would be bearish at the high. I would be bullish at the low. Very, very simple way to trade NQ here when we have news like that the following day. How long have you strictly been trading these two assets? I've been trading NQ since I started trading. Gold, it's more of a recent adoption. I think the first gold trade I took was like 2 years ago, so fairly recent. Key series question: do we have 15 minutes CIZ to the upside on what? Basically ORB for NQ. Yeah, kind of. Kind of, except it's not breaking out anywhere. And if it does, I wouldn't trust it. Doesn't it depend solely on your stop loss size? You can risk it. Yes, exactly. It does. That's why I said that. Yo, oh my god, NQ. Would you fucking look at that, boys? Would you look at that? Come on, man. Scroll up in the chat. I gave you guys the level. 22,482. Boom. Come on now. Literally just this internal high. I'm telling you, NQ, be short the highs, long the lows, bro, and you'll be set. You'll be chilling. You don't have to hold it all the way to the lows, right? Like you'll probably make something if you just go shorting the highs and longing the lows. You might be all right. Gold, on the other hand, kind of still not really doing too much. Here we are retesting that hourly change in state of delivery on gold. Same level as the 15-minute, so that just got tested. Caught that short on paper account. Yeah, I mean, there wasn't really much there, like, as far as confluences go. I don't know if there was SMT there or anything. Can't really watch for SMT, but pretty nice rejection there regardless. How's gold in the Asian London session versus NQES? Well, this session I expect it to be a bit more active than NQ and ES. But they're usually like similar. You can do a lot better with gold using like minimal size on in Asia session. So that is one thing. Did we have SMT? All right. If we had SMT, that was a good short. Not bad. I can't really check for SMT. I only have 2 charts open here. Yeah, how many people we got in the live and how many likes are we at? Please don't disappoint me, guys. 247. Okay, how many likes are we at? 74. Bruv. Yo, you guys, man. You guys need to start liking the stream up because this is genuinely disappointing. Like, I'm ashamed. Do you have a static stop loss size in points, or are you placing stop loss at structural levels? Always at structural levels, never just by points or any of that. It's by structural levels. So if I'm risking, like, you know, if this is a trade that I like and I want to risk 200 bucks, then that means I can only trade one mini here. So damn, no flush down. On what, gold? I mean, this is like a much higher time frame setup. It's like an hourly change in stated delivery coming out of a daily fair value gap, so it's not gonna be like instant. It could take some time. We did just reach into this low. It did close a candle below, but it did reverse back up. Here on the 15-minute, there's not much really. Actually, there's nowhere for it to reject from on the 15-minute at least. On the 5-minute, I don't see anything fresh that has not already been tested. So we don't really have much on the 5-minute either. Maybe like lower time frames, I really can't be bothered to go check. But yeah, hopefully we can get a move lower here on gold. Still above break even, like it's still green. So if you want to go break even on this, feel completely free to manage your trade. Bro, Kit only gets 25 likes. Who the hell's Kit? Do you only use an order block as a PDR in a higher time frame if external liquidity gets swept? No, I use it on lower time frames as well. Not only on a higher time frame. How do you enter off 15-minute IFVG? Same way I would on a 15-minute FVG. 1 minute. Hey, bro, did you see my new toy? Yeah, bro, I saw it. It's pretty sick. Hell yeah. Fire. Actually, bro, what's his name? Shinobi wanted like a new laptop too. But yo, those side screen thingies, those are fire, bro. I love those. Those are like the perfect thing to use, especially if you're traveling. So good. You're placing stop loss on a fixed dollar amount and then adjusting the contract to yes. Exactly. There you go. Nailed it. So based on the setup, like the setup will decide how many contracts I'm using. But my stop loss dollar amount stays static until I build $1,000 additional $1,000 in buffer. Then I will, you know, obviously add. But yeah, stop loss dollar amount will stay static. Now this here is a fat reversal on the on the 1 hour candle. What I would like to see is this reject OTE. Otherwise, this is going to deliver to my stop loss. Okay. So OTE of this previous candle, right? Previous 1 hour candle, we just mark out the range. This should reject OTE, which we're kind of trading at right now. 3348.8 would be the highest that this can go to. But that's where I would like to see it. Otherwise, it will deliver to my stop. I'm fine with it delivering to my stop. Like I will hold it there. The 4-hour one, however, it could also deliver to 4-hour OTE. That I would be stopped out, and then maybe I get a re-entry or something. Ideally, it just doesn't stop me out. But what I might do is, if it starts to look too bullish here, I might trim one, right? Like just downsize. So I'm in 2. I might just get out at 1, keep it only 1 contract, and then adjust this stop up to 33.54 so that I am on 1. So right now on 2 cons, I'm risking $1,200. Actually, that's not horrible. And then on 1, I'd be risking 630. But if I keep my stop where it is, on 2 of them, on 2 cons, I'm risking 500. So I'd be risking generally about the same, like within $100, if I was to just trim 1 and move SL a little bit higher. So might just do that, just so I can give this trade a little bit of room to play out. But we have an hourly change in state though, so that's why I like the setup. It'd be a buy. Okay, I'm green $20 here. I'm just gonna get out of 1, so now I'm only in 1, and I'm gonna extend my stop up to the 54 high. All right, and I am going to leave it there. That'll be my trade. Okay. So now I can no longer partial here. I would have to either full TP around here, or I would have to wait till the lows to full TP, which who knows if they'll deliver in time. So I downsized. I had 2 cons. Now I'm down to 1. I just trimmed 1 for like $20 profit. I think, yeah, it filled me for $10 profit. And yeah, so generally about the same risk now that I initially had on, except I have a looser stop loss, which is okay. Trade went from being up $1,000 to all the way to break even. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Guys, by the way, Apex 80% off is expiring in how many days is it? In 5 days. Apex 80% expires in 5 days. So make sure you're using code key, getting your accounts. Otherwise, you're chopped cheese, and you will not be able to catch that 80%. And if you don't use code key, obviously, you know what happens, right? I've decided not to trade Asia session anymore, as much less probability than NY, only NY for me. Yeah, it's not horrible still. You can still get some decent moves here in Asia. They're just slow, obviously, right? Not enough, not as much volume at least. So they're gonna be way, way slower. I believe this is right around OTE now of this previous 4 hours range. So around this area is where I would expect to see a reversal. If it doesn't reverse, I will just manually cut this trade before stop loss gets hit. So we'll see. Created an outside bar here. We'll see how this candle closes in the next 26 minutes, but outside bar generally, like if it's going against you, not a good, not like a good sign, right? Because we took the lows, and instead of continuing through the lows, it went and took the highs. So that's generally not a good look at all. 4 hour here still does not have any manipulation lower. My only concern is, does it maybe want to continue a little bit higher, maybe one more sweep of this high before it decides to go lower? Who knows? But if we don't get a rejection around this 3351, which is 0.79, right, last OTE level, 3351, if there's no rejection, I will just cut the trade. So that's my plan here on this trade for now. There's that 3351.8. So this is like top of the top If it can't get a move lower here, then I will just manually cut before stop gets hit. What do you think of trading in the zone? What do you mean? Oh, are you talking about the book? I don't know. I never read the book, bro. But I have heard good things about it. Yeah, no rejection here yet. So probably gonna be closing this out. I think maybe he wants to like build some more structure up here before it goes lower. Maybe it goes a little bit higher um to the midpoint of this range, which is 3361. Maybe he wants to do that. Not too sure. I'm gonna switch focus here into NQ because that's building a setup. Once this trade's over, I don't have like high hopes for this right now, so yeah, no rejection. I'm gonna go ahead and close that out. Um, so that's a loss there on gold. I'll watch that and see maybe like what the hell it maybe wants to do. But NQ's forming a setup here. I could be interested in taking a short very soon off this 5-minute inversion fair value gap right here. This closes underneath. I will indulge in this. So we are like, just looking at the range high to range low. We are in the upper quadrant of this range, which is ideally where I would like to take shorts. So that is ideal. I have gold up on this other side of my screen, so watch that. Do you trade the 4 hour Q3 only or 1 hour as well? I'll trade the 1 hour occasionally as well. It's just whichever one looks the best. NQ, I would like something like this. Probably like that, honest. Looking for like somewhere near the bottom of this range. Let's just say like there. Yeah, that's pretty solid. No, I'm not live on the US session. I'm live in my Discord in New York session, which is the first link in the description on this video. Minute and some change left here for this candle to close. If this inverses, I'll be in this. About a 2R, give or take 2R if I enter down here. 3.4 if I get that entry. Yo, I'm live. Yeah, I mean, I do, yeah. I'm looking to TP literally right before that. Yeah.
Order filled.
Yeah. Actually, I literally just entered. Guys, I'm in these here on NQ. Giving this a shot. I got a quick stop. Pretty tight. Normally I would have it like closer to up there, but I'm keeping it pretty tight. Pause. Five-minute inversion, sweep up there, top of the range. worth a shot here. No higher time frame like PDRA or anything besides this 15-minute gap that we're trading inside. But because we're disrespecting bullish order flow, I would anticipate maybe like potentially move lower. 4-hour is bearish. All right, this 4-hour, no manipulation to the downside, so this does have to go lower. 4-hour, so pairs up with that as well. That's the basis behind this trade here. See if we can make something happen. And my TP is going to be right before this 5-minute gap at the bottom of the range, because that's fresh, untested 5-minute gap. So there's a good chance that we could get a bounce from this 5-minute gap here. Yeah, I know there's a little bit of delay here. I gotta figure. I had it fixed for like a week or 2 weeks actually, and then I'm back to being delayed now. So I gotta fix it again. This market ain't moving, brother. Only 10-point scalpers make money here. Yeah, I agree. Speaking of scalping, I'm gonna be trimming right down there. Trimming most of this position right down there. If we can get a push down to this low, I'll trim this position. So we're risking 7 points here. First TP is 11 points. And final TP is 21 points. 21-point trade. Hell yeah. What do you ride? I don't anymore. But I had a few bikes, bro. I had R6s, I had a Gixxer 1000, I had a Panigale V2, I had a bunch of bikes. You on EST? Yeah. I'm using Ninja Trader. Screen's blurry. My entry is at 472. My stop loss is 479. And yeah, 472.25. That's my entry. This is a personal account, not a prop. Easiest ICT model act to you. do you mean act to you? Damn, notice the helmet in the back. That that's not even my riding helmet. That's like a it's actually a snowboarding helmet. I have a bike, right? Fuck, right there. I have a Ducati. I have my Ducati right there. But um, my riding helmet actually got stolen, bro. I crashed, and I had my helmet on my bike, and they took the bike to like the junkyard, and the helmet was completely fine. It was like brand new carbon fiber helmet, and they stole it. Somebody stole it. Somebody robbed me of my helmet. That would been a sick helmet to like have and keep. Damn, who steals a helmet, bro? I mean, it was like a literally a brand new helmet, full carbon. I forget the name of the brand. It was an expensive helmet, like $800 helmet. So I'm sure somebody saw it, was like, yo, this shit is brand new. I'm just gonna take it. And they took it. I had a Ninja 636 for years, wish I still had it. Nah, bro, I'm not even like I'm glad I don't ride anymore, man. It's too much bullshit, bro. It's too unsafe. That. Yeah. Yeah. 479.25. It's like a very quick stop. My entry is 473 or 472. So yours got taken? Oh, okay. All right. One trade should cover it, no worries. Yeah, right now those trades are the trades are not covering. If anything, they're taking me even deeper into the hole. So I need a good fucking trade here, bro. I need market to like actually do something that's in my favor. I didn't take that 2280 or 22482 short that I mentioned earlier. Like that would have been it. Because this now doesn't look, I mean, if this prints a candle back above this inversion here, not a good look at all. So yeah, let's see. Is that a trend line? Where? Where the hell could you possibly see a trend line? You have a super tight stop loss? Yeah, I know. I have it like that on purpose. Back in the day, someone stole my aftermarket exhaust off my 636, came out the store and they cut it off. Yeah, that's insane. Yeah, the 15-minute fair value gap we are currently delivering out of. I might look for a short a little bit higher here. This is gonna take me out.
Order
What was
filled.
that? So I might look for a short a little bit higher. Maybe once we sweep high of the range, I could potentially look for a short. But inside here, not doing too much. Nothing that interests me at least. Where's previous day high? Yeah, that's a ways away too. Yeah, honestly, bro, like PA is completely chopped right now. I know I told you guys it was gonna be shot because of the 8:30 a.m. news tomorrow morning, but it literally hasn't broken out of the range at all. I thought maybe like we get a range to range move. We haven't even had that yet. So I'll probably try like one, maybe two more trades, most likely one more trade, and then I will just go ahead and call it a day because it's just not worth, really not worth it, right? So we shall see. I had a Busa CBR 1000, RC51, Gixxer 1000, almost died. Exactly. Yeah, bro. I called it after one ER visit, bro. I wasn't about to take any chances, dude. First time on your live, 2 losses. Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of trash right now, bro. I don't know what to tell you. Um, how do you enter off 15-minute IV? I answered that earlier. Medical bills cost as much as a 911 Turbo. Should have bought the 911 instead. Yep. Exactly. That was my thought process, bro. I was like, yo, fuck these bikes, dude. I'm just gonna get a cool car. And I've had cool cars ever since. And sometimes when it's like a super nice sunny day out and I see other people riding, I'm like, damn, I wish I could be riding right now. But nah, can't do it. What happened in New York? I got really lucky, bro. So I had a wobble. I had a speed wobble, death wobble, whatever you want to call it, at like going like 140 on my Gixxer. And luckily I had like that plastic vest thing on, so it allowed me to basically slide. So when I fell off the bike, because it was, bro, it was wobbling like the most aggressive. And I've had wobbles before, but this one was just like something bad, dude. And bro, I was on the highway, and the bike is literally just going towards the center median. So I'm thinking in my head, okay, if this bike hits the median, I'm breaking my leg for sure. So when I got over into the shoulder, I literally just jumped off the side of the bike, and I fucking just literally slid on my vest for like half a mile, bro. Something crazy. I slid for so long. The bike hit the median and then centered itself out and then just kept going. Eventually it fell. Um, but yeah, bro. It was that's what it was. I got really lucky, bro. Like thank God, super blessed. I only walked away with from that crash with like just severe road rash and that's it. But it could have been way worse. I only ride dirt bikes now. Head out to the desert and let it rip, bro. Yeah, dirt bikes would be fun for sure. Dirt bikes would be sick, but not no crotch rockets for me anymore, bro. Like none of that. It's not worth it. If this thing sweeps and drop AMD style, it's gonna catch a lot of longs quick. Yeah, that's my thought process here too. Is maybe it wants one more sweep of the highs, like actually take the range highs. Chicks don't like paraplegics. That's funny, bro. Sure, really glad you're here in Asia with us. You like the M5 better or the GT3, bro? The GT3 by a long shot, but the M5 is a great car too. They're really good daily. M5 is like the perfect car, bro. It could do everything really well. The GT3, I wouldn't like. I wouldn't really. I wouldn't daily that car, you know. But it is very fun car. What do you drive now? I have a Porsche GT3. Slow push here, so like insanely slow, like to the point where I can't even fucking bother with an entry. Kind of slow. That's how bad it is. Does the Porsche get you girls, bro? Kind of a stupid question is that? No, bro, it doesn't. Gets me men, bro. To be very honest with you, more guys will compliment my car than a female. Whatever. That goes for anything, bro. It doesn't matter what you drive. Straight bi or gay guys? No, it's always been a straight dude, bro. He'll just tell me my car's nice. Which I had a 997. Yeah, 997s are cool, bro. I would get a 997 GT3 RS. They're super, super fucking cool whips. If I didn't have my car, I would low key be looking for either a 992 GT3 or a 997 RS. Even though like the price difference. Vipers are super tough too. Flux, what's good, bro? You stop being mad at me, bro. I'm not mad at you, bro. What do you mean? Asians been brutally slow recently, bro. They're always slow, bro. They need to lock in. They are slow though. We are building some low resistance liquidity here. So potentially at some point maybe we could see you know these lows start to get taken, forming like some trend line liquidity here. Not like super clean, but it's there. So I think maybe like a sweep of these highs and then a move lower. You only trade PO3 models? Um, yeah, usually most of the trades that I take revolve in some way around the PO3. I'm gonna try a short here on MNQ. Yeah, we just swept this little internal high. I kind of wanna sweep these external highs though. Like we could potentially like get a move from here as well. But I would like to see this sweep, maybe, you know, something like this potentially. We'll see. Nobody said I was fucked for saying what I said, so I'm here to apologize. All right, bro. Apology accepted, bro. Verona, you're good. No, I'm not in anything right now. Just watching for now. I'm looking for this 88 level to get swept, and then potentially a move lower from there. Damn rejection there. I'm in cells right now. Yeah. Like any cells up here, I think are pretty valid as long as we don't make a move too far past these 88s, or like just these late 80s. I think this is good. We do need to deliver back to this 4-hour low at some point. So, Shinobi said your girl is cool as fuck, and he name dropped her. Okay, what's her name? I doubt he name dropped my girl, bro. Price tapped off of CE 1 minute wick high. CE 1 minute wick. Oh, this wick. Okay. I was actually really confused for a second. Yeah, we are holding like the OTE of that. I personally still really want to see this external high get swept, bro. I just do. I just can't bring myself to take this unless it sweeps. I feel like that's the best look. It sweeps. This looks really good. I wanna dance in the night. It's swept on ES. Interesting. So we have some SMT up here. No, I know you meant CE, but I just didn't know which 1 minute wick you were talking about, and then I realized it must have been this one. Um, the high that was made 610. I just don't see the slow grind up like holding really. I think at some point this has to come through and take these lows. So that's what the short I'm gonna take is like just me playing into that really. I might take it here, not even gonna lie. And then might take it like one mini. Let's see. I'm gonna give it a sec. Give it a sec. Yeah, I'm not, bro. This is why I don't watch the 1 minute chart, Scott. I do not watch the 1 minute chart. When it comes to Asia, you stay the hell away from the 1 minute chart, bro. That is just bad news. You do not want to be anywhere near there. When Golden and Q are both pumping, does that entail anything or not? Nah, they move side by side sometimes. They are both pumping though. Not much of anything happening here right now. Oh, there we go. Big push through. Holy. Big fat push through right there. I'm gonna go
Order
ahead and
filled.
try a short here. I'm gonna keep it light.
Order filled.
I'm only doing 2 cons. I'm gonna keep a stop. So yeah, I'm gonna keep it like 500. About 10 points. Maybe look for a move back to inside of this range. Let's see. See if we can get it. We can get a red close. I will move my stop recent high that we have here. I need a down close though. 5-minute down close. For a high taken, are you looking for 15 minutes CSD? No, no, no. 15 minutes CSD would only look for out of a 4-hour fair value gap. Right now, like I would be looking for lower time frame price signatures like an inverse um or just a swing low like a low like this getting taken on NQ, right? Like a move, nice move back into the range. That's really what I would be looking for as confirmation for this trade. Other than that, there's really no confirmation per se. That's why I've only entered this trade lightly, and I'm only risking 10. So quick stop on this, as opposed to if this was we had some sort of confirmation here, I could size into this with some more size. This will probably be my last trade, I think. I don't see myself taking anything. I mean, I know I can do pretty well tomorrow in New York sesh, so I don't care to like try to continue to catch a move here because the probabilities are just not going to be in your favor here tonight. We're back at the highs that we just put in. We're trading into these 90s now, which is not ideal. So we'll see what we can do here. I thought your code was 80% off. Right now, my dumbass just spent 70 on a 25K. It is. Why would you buy a 25K, by the way? Who the hell is buying a 25K account, bruv? Gold? What is gold up to, bro? Oh, gold. Gold is doing it. This might be it on gold. It might actually do it here. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't like gold because the hourly change in state happened and we did not get any bearish continuation, right? So that to me is not a good look. So I don't know if I'll try gold again. Did it? Oh, damn, bro. Maybe it did. All right, I gotta update it. I gotta update that then. Yeah, NQ, I'm probably just gonna get a premature close here just because that does not look that good. I'm just gonna
Order
close out of
filled.
that prematurely. Not seeing the rejection that I'd want to see. Maybe it wants to go a little bit higher. Probabilities just aren't like super nice or super in my favor at all, period. I still think that this thing stays generally range bound. I don't see a reason for this to trend overnight, just because we should be waiting for the 8:30 a.m. news. So to me, like, I'm not really too keen on taking anything between now and 8:30. I will most like actually I will not be trading the 8:30 a.m. news. So I'll be I'll just be looking to trade New York, and that's pretty much it. So yeah, I'm gonna call it there. Not the greatest session, not super happy about it, but it's okay. It'll be fine. This is what we were talking about earlier. But yeah, man. I'm gonna call it a stream here. I'll see you guys tomorrow as well. If tomorrow is showing that like it's not super high probs, I'm just either not gonna go live or I'm not gonna stay on live for super long. So yeah, that's my plan. But I'll see you guys potentially tomorrow. If you don't see a stream, don't be surprised. But if you do, then I will be here. Join Discord, but damn, gotta figure out how to get on the stream for WAP. Make sure they're in the Discord. There's a channel that says access guide. So you can just access that, and or you can go to that, and then it'll show you exactly like how to set everything up. If you still can't figure it out, just get the open up a ticket and open up a ticket, and we'll take care of you. Stream is only for premium, by the way. It's not free. So that's the New York one. The only free stream is here in Asia. But all right, guys, have a good one. I'll see you guys potentially tomorrow.